department of Ancash is located in the central region, representing 2.8% of the national territory. It is divided into 20 provinces and 166 districts, with Huaraz being its capital. Ancash is a place that has a very particular geography, since it's located in a chain of mountains where the Callejones, Huaylas, and Conchucos are exposed, in addition to being the highest point in Peru, which is Huascaran. There are a provinces that are very popular, with tourists like Yungay, Carhuaz, Huaraz, and Huari. The latter was the hegemonic center of the first great culture of Peru, which was Chavin. About the gastronomy is based mainly on guinea pig, sheep, poultry, and pork meat. The meat is usually accompanied by corn, potato, chili, among other ingredients.
The strength of Ancash are that there's diversity of cultures, gastronomy, and nature, in addition to all the activities that can be done, such as visiting Chavin de Huántar or walking around Lagoon 69. Also, ABOTA, which is the Association of Travel Agencies and Tour Operators, is in charge of promoting sustainable tourism. This agency promotes sustainable routes and tours only from legal agencies, contributing to preserve the environment and the rural community of Ancash. Ancash also has natural and archaeological resources, which are the basis of tourism in the department. Among them, we have the archaeological complex of Chavin de Huántar, ruins of Peñamarca, Chanquillo, and Sechin. Within the great diversity of flora and fauna that we can appreciate in the Huascarán National Park that make up the great tourist attractions such as the different lagoons. Thanks to the tourism, we can learn more about the different communities which are around the area coexisting with all of us. In 2017, the traditional system of Corongos water yachts were added to the representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity. The traditional system of Corongos water yachts is an organizational method developed by people in the district of Corongo in northern Peru. The system, which dates back to pre-Inca times, is primarily aimed at supplying water fairly and sustainably.
Now we bring you a new route through Ancash, created to develop sustainable tourism in some not so popular areas of Ancash. These have a duration of 3 days. The place of departure is Huaraz. Passing through Punta Olímpica, we arrive in Chacas, the pier of Conchucos. After a city tour, experience tourism in the community of Raimondi and a delicious typical lunch of the area. Then a short walk to the Lagoon Esmeralda and return to the community for lodging. The next day, we go to the province of Huari with the first stop in the Catayo community to have breakfast. After 30 minutes, we arrive at the archaeological site of Chavín. After a long walk, it is time for lunch with the Catayo community while we enjoy a folkloric show. In the evening, a dinner with a tasting of typical desserts, and rest in the rural lodging of the community. On the last day, we will head towards the province of Pelognesi for a typical breakfast at the Ninacocha Truth Farm. Then, a tour of the fields and dairy production areas of the Dulmil family business in the province of Focus, with a tasting of their artisan products. Finally, a typical buffet lunch for Nocros before heading back to Huaraz.
Talking about some sustainable aspects that Ancash have, we can mention ABOTA, which is a guild that seeks the formalization and standardization of the tourism management and supports sustainable tourism by helping the owners of the tourist businesses in Ancash. Another organization that helps to the sustainable development of the region is CARE, that have been working in Peru for 40 years under programs fight against the poverty and inequity. On the other hand, it has activities like the celebration of the International Tourism Day in Ancash, where we can find the most important gastronomic, cultural, archaeological, and natural places in this region and promote them to the public.
Our route contributes to sustainability by including activities such as visiting local business and sharing with native communities about their culture and traditions. Activities like this help the local economy. In addition to being sustainable, it does not compromise resources for future generations. We also focus on looking for places that are not known but have tourist resources, such as landscapes, culture, gastronomy, or activities to do in the towns, to promote them and give them visibility to tourists. For last, part of our strategy is to use the carbon footprint registration tools of our operations and obtain the blue certificate for the water footprint, thus measure and control our environmental impact.